Hey yo, what's up YouTube? Once again, it's your boy Half, and it's time for your Firewalkerztv update. Well, guess what? We got a special invite. I got an interview who's coming up on the couch right now, Beto Chulo Vergara. Check it out.
Firewalkers.
This is what we gotta do. Alright people, I got an empty seat right there. His wife or girlfriend won't say anything. He's not gonna... So somebody sit up there. Somebody sit up there. Wait, come on girl, somebody wants to sit right there. Why is that? Girl, you ain't at home right now. Where the feet on? I got people coming up that just got here. You know us Mexicans, we're always late. Hey, I grew up in the islands. Black people are late too.
Hey yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Half once again, and now it's time for your Firewalkerztv update. Guess what? We got invited to come out. We got Beto Chulo Vergara right here, famous comic and musician. So I got some questions for you, bro. Thank you for having us out here at your home, man. I appreciate it, man.
What's up, Half Down?
You got drinks, which is very lovely. I love my drinks. You know what I mean? Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So on these questions, you know, where you from originally, man?
Pomona, California.
You heard that person fat everybody P-Town in the house.
So I'm talking to this mic? Which mic? Hello?
That's
Hello?
the dummy mic, bro.
Oh, wait.
Bro. So
like, what's 1 + 1? See, you call him a dummy so much that he thinks he's a dummy.
He just sits there, bro. He kind of doesn't look like a mic to me. He looks like something else. But we're going on.
Alright, sorry. Alright, this interview. Oh, man, I broke the dummy.
Alright,
Okay,
here we go.
alright.
So being that you're a comic, I know you from doing music. So
Yes.
For people that don't know who you are out there and people that are just tuning in, let us know a little bit about your music.
I'm from Pomona.
Mm.
Wait, what's the second question?
Your music.
Oh, that was fine. Alright. Well, where do you want me to start? When I was 5, when I was 12?
How'd you first get started? What started the whole Beto Chulo Vergara movement? What you doing?
Well, I started by the name Humberto, but don't tell anyone. Music started since I was small. When I was little, I used to be a big Juan Gabriel fan. My mom loved Juan Gabriel. And it started when I was 5 years old. She used to play all the Juan Gabriel 8 tracks.
Right.
And I used to sing them all. And I used to go up, every time family was over, I'd stand on top of the table and sing all the Juan Gabriel mariachi songs.
Getting all the attention.
5 years old. 5 years old. And so I was exposed to great writing. This guy is an incredible writer. It's Spanish music, but he's probably the most prolific writer in history. He passed away last year, and that's where it started. And then I fell in love with hip hop or rap music when I was 12. Growing up in Pomona, in the area that I lived, people were wearing their red khakis, no shirt, with a big ghetto blaster.
Right.
And I was outside playing with my friends, and I heard that friends, dump. How many of us have them?
That's right.
And I was like, dang, and I was just tripping out, you know, I was little. And then my neighbor at the time, he was 17, I was 12, he had a little drum machine, a little Boss Rhythm drum machine. And I said, hey, I want to rap to your beats. So we started making beats on the Boss drum machine, and I started writing lyrics. And that's how I started. Well, first I was writing lyrics, because I couldn't write my own lyrics, so I did lyrics.
Snagging quotes.
Yeah.
I think that's how we all started.
Yeah, and I was like, oh yeah, look what I wrote. And everybody noticed that it was UTFO, Ice-T,
Right,
or somebody, yeah. So then I started writing my own lyrics, and I started battling in junior high. And I always got beat. I always come home crying, because I lost every battle for the whole 7th grade. I was the only Mexican kid trying to battle. Somebody beatbox, and I'd be like, ¿Cómo están todos español? Nah, I'm just kidding. No, but, and I just got beat my whole 7th grade. So 7th grade summer, I just kept writing with my neighbor who was 17. I started getting better and better. And then at the 8th grade dance, the final dance of the 8th grade, Cisco Kid was a big DJ back then. He DJ'd and he called up all the rappers. And there was a kid at the school, he was the best rapper. They called him Casper C. Yeah, so in the last dance, I go up last. Because they don't give me the mic, because I was the only Mexican kid. I'm like, chicles! Elotes! So they don't pay attention to me. So finally he gave me the mic, and I was nervous, dude, and I just went off. And I remember like, just how nervous I got, and just saying the lyrics as loud as I could. And then when I finished, everyone was like, like it was crazy, the whole 8th grade, 7th grade.
And that's when you kind of...
And that's when I was, and Cisco just shook my hand, wow, everybody's amazing. And I was like, dang, I did it. Started?
Yeah.
Okay.
What made you get into comedy?
Man, I always go way back, when I was 15, I've always been funny, not to brag, but when I saw Eddie Murphy Raw, I was about 15 years old, no, 14, and then in the 9th grade. And my friend, he says, I got Raw, Eddie Murphy Raw. And I saw Eddie Murphy Raw, and I was like, wow. I was thinking, man, I tell jokes, and I was just amazed by how he had that crowd in control just by telling jokes. And when he flings the mic, come on, baby, what have you done for me lately, Eddie? Eddie, what have you done for me lately? So when I saw that, and then my style of comedy, I'm like right now, you see, it's random. So when I quit DJing, I said I want to host a comedy show, and I just kept that in my mind. I spoke the word. 3 years later, I get a call from a promoter asking me to host a comedy show.
Okay.
And that's where it started.
It all started from there, right?
And yep, about 4 years ago, 3 years ago, did about 5 shows with him. And then all my friends and family were telling me, why don't you do your own shows? It's all your friends and family. I said, I don't know. Because I always work with someone and I feel like loyal to them and I owe them something. So a lot of times I stay in it longer than I should. So finally I said, you know what, I've been working with him for 3 years. He makes the money. I'm not a kid anymore. So I came up with
Trying to get your feet wet.
Yes. Originally I wanted to call it the Compa Show. Because me and my partner in the club, he was the DJ and I was the host, or we switched. But most of the time I was the host. We call ourselves the Compa Show in Hollywood, in North Hollywood, and people would come see us. It was at a strip club in Hollywood. And the crazy thing is, there's girls everywhere, but people will come to see us. Isn't that crazy?
That's right.
Like, so I was like, dude, we got something. Look at all these girls here, and people come to hang out with us, to listen to us tell jokes. And I would just host, jump in the crowd. I see celebrities. If I saw celebrities, I didn't care who they were. I would jump with them in the crowd, but I wouldn't bring them up as celebrities. I kept it always cool. I act like I didn't know them. And Lamar Odom was cool. He was tough.
So being that you're a comic,
yes,
and being that you're from Pomona, how do you
yes,
feel?
you tell baby.
Do you feel that influences your comic routine, being that you're from Pomona? Do you feel you're more bolder or more funnier because of Pomona?
Oh yeah, I think where I grew up in the islands of Pomona. We were the only Mexican family in our street. And on that street, one Mexican family, it was like one Mexican family. One street had 2 Mexican families, but they were cousins, so that don't matter. So I learned both cultures, you know, and my culture, and then all my best friends were all black growing up. My music influence, but I had that music influence, plus I had the Spanish. And so both cultures made me bolder because Spanish is a funny language. If I could tell my jokes in English or in Spanish and English, they'll be way funnier. Spanish is a hilarious language. A lot of things have double meaning, but in English you can't say it. Some things mean 3 different things, and you could tell a lot of funny jokes. And my grandpa was actually my grandpa was probably one of the biggest influences. One of the funniest guys, the funniest man I ever met. Funnier than any comedian. And my mom was the same. Hilarious. And I'm just like my mom. So.
Tacos in the world, Tacos Jalisco, Pomona, P-Town on Park and Mission, right across street from the police station. So if you get arrested, as soon as you get bailed out, so to Tacos Jalisco, you get your tacos or a torta or both. I get both. I get a tacos and a torta. Right when you get bailed out. I have a story about that. One time I was outside the Tacos Jalisco when I was like 15, and there's this paisa walking back and forth, right? He's walking back and forth, and I'm like, hey, what's going on, man? He's like, oh, nothing, man, nothing. And I said, but what's going on, man? Oh, nothing. I said, what happened? He said, I just got out of jail. I said, but what happened? But I didn't done it. I said, what do you mean? He said, I didn't done it. I said, what do you mean, man? I didn't done it, man. True story. I was 16 years old. I had just left Tacos Jalisco about 2:33 in the morning, back in the supersonic days.
Hey, now we're coming back.
Can I do something real quick?
Yeah.
Before we continue? My baby's gotta go to sleep. Sorry, I gotta cut the interview real quick. Watch this, watch this. I gotta show you guys this. Come on, babies. Come on, babies. I know you're tired, babies. Come
This
on,
is Beto Chulo right here.
Come on, babies. I gotta show you what I made for him. Look. This is baby Ezekiel, the most famous kid on Facebook. Say hi.
You're gonna see him in the interview.
I gotta show you. You gotta go to bed. Look.
He's actually gonna be in the interview on the video that I took.
Hi. Check out this bib I made for him.
He's already been on
You see it?
stage too. He's been on stage.
Can you read it? Read this bib.
My first what interview?
My first interview. So I made this bit for him today because I knew you guys were coming. See, he's waiting for questions. Ask him a question. Ask him a question.
Do you like your milk hot or cold?
It depends on mommy's chichi. If she's cold, then it's cold. Come on, man.
That's rated PG.
Yeah, when he gets hungry, I'm on chichi, chichi, chichi. That's gonna be his first word on purpose. So everybody trips out. I'm on chichi, chichi. Like he gets excited. Look, see? His eyes go.
He gets all
Chichi, my chichi.
They pay dues. They've been in the game for a while. So are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Let's make a little noise. Come on, clap those hands. Make a little noise. Performing for you here today at the Vive, ladies and gentlemen, Shubaco. I can go my resident. Here you go.
How are you separate from other comics in your field?
Other comics in my field.
What makes you separate from them?
Well, I don't have proper training. I didn't go to comedy school. Well, I went to traffic school with comedy. I did traffic school with comedy, and that kind of helped a little bit because the guy was kind of funny. And you know who it was? Without me knowing, it was Joey Medina. He was my traffic school teacher before he was famous. I remember the other day because he looks the same.
Right.
Well, just a little, different, but he looks the same. That was cracking up.
So what comics have influenced your style and your lifestyle? What comics have helped you? Any comics that you know that helped you the most or influenced you in your...
Like influence?
Yeah.
You know who actually has influenced me? It's crazy, believe it or not, but it's Mexican comics, from Mexican movies, from Spanish movies. When I was little at a young age, our family, actually, not Cantinflas, he was cool, but he was like more known for dancing. No, actually, Resortes was a dancer. Cantinflas was cool, but not. When I was little, we used to go to the Fox Theater in Pomona, and they had the 2-for-1 Tuesdays, Spanish movies, and we go every Tuesday. And there was Alfonso Sayas, Luis de Alba, and all these people. They were like quick jokes, boom, 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 boom. Now, if that was an English comedy, these guys would be superstars. And there was movies called Los Albañiles, Los Albureros, and people who don't, you're gonna translate, right? With the word. SAP, press the SAP button.
Oh, SAP.
To translate the Spanish words to English. Oh, no, that's the opposite. Wait, SAP is English to Spanish. Spanish to English will be learn how to speak English. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. So, it was Spanish, Mexican comedians who were just quick, dude, and fast, and witty, and boom, boom. But that influenced me, that I like, Red Fox, just how off the wall he was, how cool and stuff. But influences would be him, would be Chris Rock. I think is an amazing comedian. He's smart and he's funny. He could go ghetto on you, he could go intelligent on you. He can touch any type of American or whatever.
Any topic or genre.
Anything. And that's what I love that about Chris Rock, that he's smart, but he can go from here to there. And me, with my comedy, I try to touch every culture, every education level. I want to host ghetto shows. I want to host professional shows. I actually hosted a show for engineers, and I was like, oh shoot, so what am I gonna do? And then the guy was worried that I was gonna insult him, and dude, I kind of cracking up.
That's good.
And what was cool was the guy asked for me to come back for this engineer convention or something.
See, and that's being a master of your craft, ladies and gentlemen. It's becoming water. When you pour water in a glass, the water becomes the glass. So that's a great reference right there, how he went in, not knowing, but just delved into it, and it worked out for you, bro. Okay.
But comics that have been helping me in the game, I gotta give a shout out. I gotta say this to Mike Cano. Mike Cano is a great person, and he's really mentored me in this, where I didn't know the rules in comedy, about hosting. How long should I stay up? How long should I do this? And I pissed off almost every comic so far. Not every comic, but the bougie ones.
Yeah.
The humble ones are cool. Because there's like unwritten rules, like in baseball. Don't throw at my head. If I hit you right in your panza, I hit you in your side, it's cool. But if I hit you in the head, don't do that. Like that. So, when you're in elementary school, when you bag on mamas, you say funny. But if you say, yo mama, then it's like serious. You get it? Don't say that. So he's taught me about the do's and don'ts.
Who do you listen to in comedy, in being a comedian like you are? Who do you listen to, old and new?
You know who I like? Eric Blake. I got the opportunity to work with Eric Blake. My second show I hosted, Eric Blake was a headliner. And when I did my own show, I booked him as a headliner, and just his style. And he was really nice and gave me some really good pointers that I'm gonna always use. So Eric Blake, one, he's about to go big, but huge. He's big. He's about to go mega big. Eric Blake, and ever since I saw him, I said, wow, why is this guy not a superstar already?
Right.
And that's one of them who I just thought he's an incredible comedian.
So for with your random comedy for you that you have, what success point are you trying to reach in your style and what you're doing with random comedy? Do you want to see an HBO special? Would you like to see that? I mean, that's my question.
The vision I had with random comedy, remember I told originally it was the Compa show.
Yeah.
But, you know, it was a vision I had. So if someone else doesn't have that vision, you got to continue the vision.
Right.
And other people will come. Well, I started the vision. 3 years later, guess what? At my next show. So 3 years in the making, I've already started, but I couldn't wait, or else I'd barely be starting. And that's one thing I'm doing in 2018. I'm not waiting. If you want to hop on board, come. You got a project, let's do it. Because there's a lot of people that have been saying projects.
You hear that, everybody out there?
Yes.
You want to
and
get
some guy brought like 10 projects to me. I said, give me one project, we'll do it. If you're ready. If you're not, I'm gonna keep moving. So now my compa, I've been waiting for him because there's something there. He's gonna do my next show, the compa show. So that's when I had the vision. You know, there's the improv. This is crazy because people think, oh, you're crazy. You're not gonna do that. Who are you? You're not a comedian. Improv, Laugh Factory, Def Comedy Jam, right? Random comedy. That's where I want to be. Right there. Where people say, oh, you're the improv? No, oh, you're at random comedy. Oh, right there. Where people recognize, you say Def Comedy Jam, everybody knows that. You say improv, everybody knows that. Laugh Factory.
You say random comedy.
Random comedy. That's where I want to go with this. That's my dream, that's my goal, and I'm not stopping it, and I'm going to keep going. And it's different comedians, the whole thing of random. I don't know what I'm going to talk about before I go on stage. I get different comedians, different DJs. It's a different show every time.
See, what's great about
Yes.
your comics, I gotta say for myself, they're all different. You don't just get a one style genre. You're gonna get all styles, different types of styles, which is great. And I think that's great as a consumer who wants to go see your show.
Yes.
I think that's really, really great. Is there a comic you wouldn't mind working with?
Working with, who would I love to work with? Jeff Garcia. I would love to work with Jeff Garcia. Jeff Garcia was a guy that I really admired, and I met him. I used to watch him at the Kelly's back like 15 years ago, and I was like, wow, because he reminded me of me. How boom, he's quick and spontaneous, but he was a comedian and I wasn't. And I said, if I ever do comedy, he could do what I like. Not to compare, but he was off the fly, you know, top of the head and with everything. And I said, wow, because that's how I am in real life. So I said, that's who. Wow.
Just straight
and it was like
a switchblade.
Like I saw, like, wow, I can do that, and he's hilarious. He's probably one of the best comedians I've ever seen because he's so with his like freestyle type comedy, always on point, and that's one that I would love to work with.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
If you could compare yourself with an already established comic, who would it be and why?
Style.
Yeah.
Jeff Garcia. But if he hears this before I get famous, he'll probably back on me.
You know Jeff?
Actually, I met him a while ago, and I was gonna design his CD cover for one of his CDs that he did, but he never called me back. That's messed up. And I was at the Improv. My friend Jeff, rest in peace, he really knew him, and I said, dude, I can graphic design. Let me do your CD cover. Because that day he recorded a CD. And he's like, yeah, I'll call you, this is how I want it. So I got excited, and he never called. So, but my style, I would say kind of like him, because he's off the fly. And you know who else, and I never realized this, and this is big, but this is where my mind thinks. I was watching the anniversary special of Def Comedy Jam. And I never realized, because at the time, you know, you don't pay attention to that, you just think it's funny. But Martin Lawrence was a great host. And I remember how much stuff he did on fly. Boom, 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 freestyle. How he spontaneous he was. When in those days, man, he was great as a host because he was spontaneous.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, and I just thought, wow.
So who would be your comedic superhero?
Oh.
I mean, out of all the comics that are out there, who would be your one that you'd be like, man, I could watch that over and over again, and it is funny every time?
See, I know no one. There's no one who's like the one. Because it's such a, you can't narrow comedy down to one. Like even with rap, I have my greatest rapper of all time.
Right.
But like, it took hundreds of rappers to make rap great. You know, like with baseball, you could name your one player, but it takes 9 players on the field. You know, so comedy is so huge, man, that I cannot narrow it down to one comedian. I know favorites, and I'll probably tell you like 10 other favorites and say, you know, but my style is more like Jeff Garcia, that type. You know, not to be compared. I'm not trying to compare. It's just I like to freestyle.
How do you come up with your material through life or politics? Do you life experiences or politics?
My comedy is life experiences. Whatever happened that day, what happened when I was 2, when I was 5, what I saw on TV, it's just whatever pops into my mind. It's random. If I see somebody wearing Chucks, it reminds me of Magic Johnson. Like right now, I'm thinking of Magic. You know, he passes. You know, so I just wearing Chucks. No, whenever something that's someone can remind me of my first girlfriend, or something can remind me of my mom, or whatever it is. Like it just pops into my head. It's so crazy. There's no. I'm trying to have a concept. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this. I hosted that engineer show, that engineer thing for my friend. I did have to prepare, like, what am I gonna talk? Okay, I don't know nothing about this and this. So I asked my friend, tell me about your industry. So I have an idea. So for that, I had to study. For my last drug test, I had to study. That's what I know. I had to take a drug test. And as far as random comedy, I try to get funny comedians. I don't want to do the open mic, I'm going to try, no, I'm trying to go big right now.
Right.
I already did I used to do free shows for Lighter Shade when I was with Lighter Shade. I used to do free shows when I was I'm an adult now. You know, I'll do free shows for church or for a cause, not for a cause, but for someone that needs help, you know, stuff like that.
Okay.
But my shows are all headliners, all funny guys. And that's making me better because I got to go on stage with them. And if I don't hang with them, you know, they're gonna say, dude, this show sucks. That guy's not funny. He thinks he's funny. So I gotta hang with these guys. And they've been in the game 20 years, 10 years, 5 years.
Did to Whitney Houston, trying to put Christians in an institution. They say we crazy, and they really trying to prove it. I'm reading off in Luke, I'm off up in John 2. The goal is to say to souls, you know what to do. Refrain from sin, I'm in this lane.
Sorry about that. I was in the back helping our first comedian that's coming out today. I told her to come do a show, and she brought like five different suitcases. You'll meet her. I'm serious. I had to go in and out to get. Wow, we got a good turnout. Give yourselves a round of applause first of all. Before we start the show, and round of applause for our DJ, MC Junior P over there, here tonight. Wow, I'm a little excited about this. Pastors are excited about this. It's our first comedy show here at Shiloh Tabernacle Church. So I had to use a whole lot of whiteout on my jokes before I got here today. So be ready to bleep. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just excited to be here. We got 3 headliner comedians here. They're going to make you laugh from beginning to end. And this is all going to a good cause. It's all going for a Philippines trip that our apostles are taking with 12 other people from the church, right? There's a big event in the Philippines, and it's awesome that you're here. Raise your hand if you're a Christian. Raise your hand if you're not. I'm not trying to put you on blast. I'm just messing around because me and myself, I've been a Christian for only 5 years. So yeah, and it's funny because I remember growing up that every time like somebody would approach me, whether it was a Jehovah's Witness or a Christian or a Mormon, whatever it was, because I grew up Catholic, I would always turn into a gangster when they tried to, you know, hey, do you know Jesus? What? It's it? What? I'm a Catholic, eh? What? You know, depending where I was. If I was in Pomona, I'm saying I'm a Catholic. I'm a Catholic blood. What? So it just depends, you know. So I know I always got mad when people try to convert me or talk to me, you know, about God or religion or anything, you know. So, and some of the meanest people I knew were Christians. Believe it or not, growing up, like they were Christian, they were mean. So I'm like, I would always say, man, I will never become a Christian. Shoot, give me my rosary. I put on my rosary. I will never be a Christian. So, you know, then things happen. Never say never. I never said I would eat McDonald's again. When, you know, the facts came out about how fattening it is, how bad it is for you. Shoot, I had some chicken McNuggets earlier today. So don't ever say never. So, but, you know, when I grew up as Catholic, I remember I always, you know, we'd go to church. We go to church for weddings, baptisms, quinceañeras. Anybody go to quinceañera before? Yeah, I had a quinceañera myself. Always did it. Every time you pass by a church, yes or no, you do the sign of the cross, right? I'd be bumping Eazy-E, cruising down the street in my 6'4". You pass by a church, turn down the music. Jocking the freaks, clocking the, you know, so, or you're with your girlfriend. So those of you that are boyfriend and girlfriend, the funny thing is, you could be the same thing. You're driving, telling, you know, your girl, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. You pass by the church, you shut up and you do the sign of the cross and keep going. And then, I hate you, you do it again. So that, you know, but when I got saved, the thing is too, once you get saved or you become a Christian, everybody watches what you do. When I was Catholic, I could get drunk, I could steal, I could rob, I could stab somebody. I never did though. We were at our family reunion, true story. I grabbed a Pepsi. And I hear two of my cousins, girl, do you see him? Is he drinking? He's drinking a beer. And then she's like, no, girl, it's a Pepsi. Oh, I thought it was a beer. And your cousins, your family, they watch everything you do. Like, they really do. What you say, where you're at. Like, is that a bar you're at right now? No, it's a bowling alley. Why does it say happy hour in the back? I'm like, they do communion here too. So, yeah. No, but, you know, it's just, it's crazy. Please. There you go. See? That's the song I would bump all 9th grade. Yeah. And then I stole your truck. But God delivered me of that already. So thank you, Jesus.
Hills. Random comedy is also random places. I'll do a church, I'll do a strip club, I'll do your backyard. I'll perform anywhere. I'll go on the roof and do a show. So random comedy is random. I got headliner Scott Wood, Jesus Sepulveda. I got Jordan Conley, Mike Cano, my man. And then I got the compa show. He was actually my homie DJ Strangelove. DJ Strangelove, a lot of people don't know. He was on Latino 96.3 when it first started, right? He was hired as an engineer. And then Roxy, who became the star of that whole station, asked him to be the producer of her morning show. So he was on her morning show. That morning show got bigger than the Big Boy show on Power 106. This show was creeping on Ryan Seacrest. I was like, what? He's on compa, we're getting... And then the station says, all right, we're cutting everybody's pay. Talk about this guy he followed his dreams. And when they said, we're cutting your pay, he said, you're not cutting my pay. He said, well, we don't, he said, if you cut my pay, I quit. And he said, well, we're cutting your pay. He said, I quit. And he walked away because he would not settle. He was worth more. So
know your worth.
I tie random comedy with music. So I bring a new artist or old artist that I like or new artist that I believe in. My son, Verge, he's coming out without my help. He's doing it on his own. And
You got Young Verge. We're going to have him on the interview too also, so tune in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You have now been updated. Firewalkerztv, out.
I'll get straight to the point. What's on my mind is how I feel. I have an appetite for you. I want you as my meal. First of all, we get close to each other, then look at one another. And when I'm done with you, I know you won't even think of another. Just because I'll give you my all as I caress you and kiss you. I love you down, baby doll. I will kiss you in places you didn't even know existed. And if you have a problem, well, yo, I just fixed it. You're in a trance. Send me the little things I'm gonna do. I'll get you in the mood to sex you. One simple kiss is all that it takes, and I've got you. Yeah, with no mistakes. We'll be going at it, rocking however you wanna go. Because of the fact
Wait.